Class number 2. Today we are going to reveal your life's main motivators, those fundamental drives that may be steering your life whether you realize it or not. Now, if you missed the last class or the last video, in that we revealed the 4 central ways that you can increase your chances of winning this adventure called life. And we highlighted the different ways that people tend to talk or think about things, right? We had the oversimplified light switch, can I or can't I? And then the more helpful dimmer switch, how to increase or decrease your chances. Now, we also discovered that we humans are 99.9% genetically identical. I mean, it's absolutely undeniable that we are far more similar than we are different. Now, today, you're going to discover that for yourself. Now, just recently, I was asked to boil down everything I hope to accomplish with the fulfillment source code in a single sentence, which I think is kind of crazy. Now, our mission is to educate and empower young people to lead a fulfilled life. Now, without all the background information, those supporting thoughts, it's probably too easy for that sentence to be considered too broad. So here's a little bit of background. First off, I believe that everybody wants to become their best selves, be happy, and lead a fulfilled life. I also believe that the information to significantly increase your chances of leading a fulfilled life are out there. I also believe that the fact that we're not taught such real-life skills in school is absolutely tied to the rising levels of depression, opioid crises, and I believe that we can do better. Now, I hope to share everything I wish I knew when I was 10. I hope to make the fulfillment source code, the FSC, that class that kids enjoy the most, that class that sticks with them for the rest of their lives. Now, I hope that the FSC is a class that the kids connect with and can see how it applies to them, and most importantly, they can see it and how it can make their lives better. I hope one day the FSC content is standard for every child. Why? Well, simply, once we see that we have the ability to positively influence our own lives, once we see that we can grow our skills and how easily that we can do so, once more of us can see how we're far more similar than we are different, well, geez, then all boats rise, right? If we do that, then all boats rise. We now live in this hyper-connected world, a world where everyone is trying to get your attention, and they're using things like fear tactics and creating divisions, that us versus them, the my team or the enemy. And yes, true, that does attract your attention, but it's certainly not healthy. Now, the fulfillment source code, it's all about know better, do better, becoming better. And just real quick, think about it when you were a little kid playing your favorite game, okay? You started off and you had some fun. And as you played more, you learned more about how the game works, where things were, what things to do, and this knowing better led to doing better, right? And it led to you becoming better. Now, you used to love the challenges that the early levels gave you, and then over time, the challenges of the higher levels, right? Life is kind of like that. I mean, it's certainly more complex, but we all have this desire to learn, to discover new things, be it a variety or novelty like an explorer, or like in depth like a scientist or an expert. Now, when we at the FSC talk about becoming better, again, becoming better because this is an ongoing process, we're all about becoming, sorry. When we talk about becoming better, we mean this from a good, better, best perspective. Like when you were a kid and you just reached your personal best and then you wanted to do better, right? It's not because you weren't good enough. No. You're good. And when you learn something new, well, then you become even better, right? Now the FSC, it's jam-packed with evidence-based whys humans need to lead a fulfilled life. Things we all share because we're all human, right? Things about our brain, our mind, and our body, and how they interact with the world, and how we interact with each other. Things that apply to just about everyone. So once you learn about how they apply to you, well, you'll quickly see how they apply to others. And seriously, it's like comparing your experienced gameplay at level 10 with your starting gameplay at level 1. It's kind of like having a superpower. Okay, my rant is over. Let's get back to the oversimplified version of the fulfillment source code. And real quick, I say oversimplified because you're not getting the cool videos or the images and the follow-up activities that the kids get to do. Okay, here we go. So let's dive into our next game. I mean class. No, I still mean game. Okay, so real quick, this class is the basis for the, here it comes, #1 Amazon bestseller, Life 6 Buckets, which I really hope that you can go through with your child. It's geared to about 10-year-olds. I promise it's a great experience for you guys to do together. Okay. All right, by the way, please let me know where you are. I'd love to know which city or country you're in. Just something I think is pretty cool. Okay, so let's get into the game. It's called Know Your Why. Now, knowing your personal why is very, very important. And I'd have to say most people don't know their why. Not really. This little game is going to help you. Okay, you'll probably want a piece of paper and a pencil to do this, so go ahead, take a second, press pause to get ready. Okay, here we go. Let's pretend we just discovered that we have a long lost Uncle Joe. Now, Uncle Joe just passed away and he left you some money. Okay, it's not some money, it's $100 million. Now, while that's sinking in, here's your first question. What would you do with $100 million? Okay? Here, I'd like you to take a few minutes, pause this, and write down the first 2 to 3 things that come to your mind. No rush, just the first 2 to 3 things that come to your mind. On your piece of paper, write out, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this. Okay? Now, again, there's no right or wrong answers here. You don't have to share this with anyone. Go ahead. This is where you pause, write down what you want. Okay? All right, now take a look at those 2 to 3 things that you want, and then ask yourself, why do you want those things? Now, again, there's no right or wrong answers. Now, under each of your items, just write out because, right? Pause here and get that done. So I want this because da 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 da. Okay, so this is, by the way, this is exactly what we do with the kids. So go ahead, pause. Okay, I'm assuming you paused here. Now, take a look at those things and ask yourselves one final why you want to do those things. I'll give you an example. So for me, if I had $100 million, I would travel the world. Why? Because I want to see new things and eat new treats. Why? Because the different cultures absolutely fascinate me. Now again, there's no right or wrong answers here, okay? So go ahead, take a moment, pause. It's really important that you go ahead and do this. So now, I'm assuming you paused. Now let's talk about your answers, okay? Now, as we discussed in the first class, we're all humans, right? And humans, we've all developed over hundreds of thousands of years. I mean, humans, not me personally. Now, brains have been developing for millions of years. And so basically, deep down, we all have the same hardware, right? Our brains, and software, our minds. So now, there'll be more on this, I promise. So our fundamental whys that we all have are not things that we think about, but rather things that we feel, okay? So what are these fundamental whys, these feelings that we all share? Well, for the kids, I call them buckets. And the first 2 or 3 things that you want to do with Uncle Joe's money probably fit into at least one. So here we go. Bucket number 1 is safety. We all need to feel safe and sound. And this bucket is where we put things or do things that make us feel safe. Now, bucket number 2 is fun, right? Everybody wants to have fun, right? We enjoy feeling good, enjoying life, and that's what we want to do. Fun. Bucket number 3 is significance. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it means that we need to feel that we matter, like we're seen. Like in this big wide world, someone notices us and says, hey, I see you, you're important, you matter. Bucket number 4 is connections. Humans, we're social animals. We all need to feel that we belong and that we're loved and that we're connected to our friends and our family. Now, bucket number 5, growth. Well, what does that mean? It means improvement. We need to feel like we're becoming a better version of ourselves. And finally is bucket number 6, better world. We all need to feel, even in a small way, that we're making our world, not the world, but our world, a better place. That we're doing our part, our fair share. Now, these are our 6 buckets that everyone has. The FSC has an entire module for the kids that goes deeper into why we have each of these, plus what happens when we neglect them or use unhealthy means to fill them. Now, last class we shared that, again, humans are 99.9% genetically identical. Now, because of that 0.1%, we are all different. And so the priorities, which bucket is number 1, which is number 2, may be different, or the size of the bucket may differ, but everyone has these 6 buckets. Now, side note here, as an adult, you may recognize that some of these from Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which, by the way, was never meant to be a hierarchy. Then I took my cue from another individual called Simon Sinek, and so what I want you to think about are 3 concentric circles. Bleh. What, how, and why. Now, these 6 whys, these buckets, these are at the center. And then the how you live your life. It's very much influenced by your family, your country, your religion, your culture, and which has developed over centuries as the various tribes or groups have sought out ways as a collective to fill their buckets. Now, then on the outside, we have the very personal whats. Now, whats are the things that you do to fill your buckets, and those are very personal. So here is the big secret. This is the foundation to the source code of living a fulfilled life. Here it is. You have to take care of all of your buckets. If you neglect 1 or 2 of them, then that bucket is empty. And when a bucket is empty, you feel empty. Got it? I'm sure you know one of those people who's very successful, has lots of money, and still is miserable. So the key here is to understand that we have all 6 buckets, and we have to deal with all of our buckets. Now, you don't have to fill all of them, but at least take care of them so we don't feel empty. Again, I go deeper into this later in the book. But let's go over really quickly the 6 buckets. We got number 1, safety, because survival is key. Number 2, we have fun, because all humans avoid pain and seek pleasure, right? 3, significance, because we all have to feel like we matter in relation to others. Number 4 is connection, because we're social mammals, and basically we're hardwired to care about our family and friends, which also helps us fill buckets number 1 and number 2. Number 5 is growth, because there's more than the me right now. Does that make sense? There's more than me right now, and growth means becoming a better version of me, which also increases my chances of filling my first 4 buckets. And finally, better world, because being a part of something that is bigger than just me and me right now, well, that also helps me fill my other buckets. Now, I promise we get into how the brain works in the Planet You section. So also know that in addition to these 6 buckets, my life is not just me. There's also my family and friends, so like our we, and then there's everyone else, all. Think of it like a 6x3 chart. We got the 6 buckets on the left and the 3 columns that goes from me to we to all. Again, think of it like this. There's me. And we all know that doing something for just me, well, think of it this way, where it gives you 1 smiley face for the first 4 buckets. Safety, fun, significance, and connection. And then 2 smiley faces for the final 2 buckets, growth and better world, because these impact more than the me right now. Then there's the we. Now, we know science has shown over and over again, when we do something with or for someone else, our sense of happiness is deeper and lasts longer. I promise to get into the brain chemicals about this much deeper very soon. Now, doing something with or for someone gives you 2 smiley faces for the first 4 buckets, safety, fun, significance, and connection, and 4 smiley faces for the final 2 buckets, growth and better world. And then finally, there is all. Now, when you are involved with doing something for the greater good, you get 4 smiley faces for the first 4 buckets, safety, fun, significance, and connection, and 8 smiley faces for the final 2 buckets, growth and better world. Now, all of this is connected to the various chemicals in your brain: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, dose, which you don't need to remember right now, but essentially because you're getting a different mixture, a different cocktail of these happiness chemicals. And that increases your happiness. And because you tend to remember the we and the all experiences better, or relive them in your head, the happiness has been shown to last longer too. Seriously. Now, looking at this chart, kids instinctively know that we can do something that fills more than one bucket. Certainly, you can have fun, be happy by doing something alone, reading, watching videos, and yes, playing video games by yourself is certainly fun. Now, playing video games alone, it ticks the fun box. And maybe if you get to a new level, you feel like you're getting better, okay, finally, maybe you're getting your growth bucket on, that's fine. That's what, 3 smiley faces. But look, when you're playing video games with a friend, then the fun goes from 1 smiley face, then you add 2 more in the Wii, so you got 3 already. And if you get to a new level, well, now you're looking at more than doubling your smiley faces. Again, when you do something with or for someone else, you're ticking multiple boxes and filling multiple buckets. The happiness is deeper and it lasts longer, okay? Now, this is where you have the kids list out their favorite examples and we share within the groups. Now, can you think of some examples of things that you enjoy doing and which buckets they fill and which buckets they tick? I mean, you can pause right here, it's all good. Now, which of your examples earns you the most smiley faces? Share that with me. I think that would be pretty cool. Then we can share it with everybody and goes from me to all. There we go. Now the book, of course, has more activities and we have a full Life 6 bucket activity bundle for the whole family. It includes a digital book, the audio book, the playbook, which is an easy to print activity book that has even more fun that everyone gets. And it also includes a recording as if Christopher Walken was reading the book. Seriously. Now again, we are a nonprofit, so anything that you want to contribute goes directly to making the fulfillment source code available for more kids. Thank you. Now, we are just getting started. That is about the 6 buckets. And of course, I get into explain later why we have these and why this is literally the fulfillment source code. I mean, think about this. If you were to just take 5 minutes a week to think about what have you done that ticked the most boxes? I mean, just thinking of the good things that you've done, that's some gratitude for yourself. That's an added shot of dopamine, which is always nice. Now, if you do it as a family, of course, you get to share that happiness and you get to go from the me to the we. And in the process, you remind yourself to take care of the buckets that you're not taking care of. Again, I promise to go over why humans are wired like this in future classes. Now, I will give you a hint. It's tied to us being human and being 99.9% genetically identical. Basically, deep down, we're all wired for this. And like I said, more on this later. Now, in the first class, I said I knew 2 things. Okay, so coming up next is that second thing. Your life, it'll never be the same. All right, that's it for today. See you soon. Be good, be bold. Please share this with people you love.